Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today. Chapter 691. This way, can you still not care? The Sejong ancient god spoke. Years ago, the phenomenon that triggered the chaos void origin infusion was revealed by the supreme beings of the different species, and even the ancient gods learned that it originated from human civilization. Afterwards, human civilization also made public that a seclusive 10th rank evolver had broken through to the 11th rank. It matched the conjectures of the supreme beings from the different species. A 10th rank understanding the rule of time, Tuoba ancient god fell into silence. The Galaxy Master could be indifferent. After all, even a transcendent talent has little direct help in impacting the ultimate. But a 10th rank understanding the rule of time? This indeed provides no small benefit to the ultimate, allowing one to endure the chaos void origin infusion another time more than a normal 11th rank peak powerhouse. The inner world would gain great benefits. In the future, the ultimate leap towards transforming into an inner universe would also be much easier. It doesn't affect me either. Tuoba ancient god gave Sejong ancient god a glance. Even if human civilization has one more supreme being, it's just a shift in the dynamic among the major peak powers. At worst I'll join the insect race. The emergence of another supreme being in human civilization only enhances the foundation and strength of human civilization, far from being brazen. You plan to attack the ultimate within 10 million years, and during that time joining the insect race really has no impact at all? Sejong ancient god said with a smile. Tuoba ancient god did not reply. At this moment he also faintly regretted. How could he have anticipated that the Galaxy Master would be so unthreatened? And human civilization's foundation is too terrifying. How long has it been since it birthed 9 supreme beings, and now there is hope for the birth of a 10th. Had he known this, decisively handing over that friend of the Milky Way main star would indeed have been the best choice. At least not to offend the Milky Way main star to death, nor to offend human civilization to death. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan opened his eyes. Teacher has stepped into the 9th rank? Lin Yuan received the news, a smile emerging on his face. Although stepping into the 9th rank is trivial for the current Lin Yuan, for Chikuan Star Lord, it was a many years wish. Go congratulate teacher. Lin Yuan connected his consciousness to the virtual world. Personal space. Lin Yuan and Chikuan Star Lord sat facing each other. Congratulations, teacher. On stepping into the 9th rank, Lin Yuan said with a smile. Are you making fun of me? Chikuan Star Lord rolled his eyes. He hadn't even mentioned Lin Yuan breaking through to the 10th rank yet. In comparison to the birth of a 10th rank evolver, what is a break from the 8th to the 9th rank? Afterwards, the master and disciple chatted casually for a while. Chikuan Star Lord could feel that, even though his disciple had completely surpassed him, he did not display any airs of a 10th rank evolver. He was still like the junior disciple from years past. This warmed Chikuan Star Lord's heart a bit. By the way, between the Shenhuang evolutionary path and the Shenhuang secret realm, Chikuan Star Lord tentatively asked. He was quite curious about the relationship between the two. This exploration of the Shenhuang secret realm did not reveal any connection with the Shenhuang evolutionary path. Lin Yuan did not tell the whole truth, primarily because the Shenhuang secret realm was too important. Perhaps when Lin Yuan becomes a supreme being without fear of anything, he might disclose this matter. But for now, it's better to keep it under wraps. There's no connection at all? Chikuan Star Lord felt somewhat disappointed. Right. What could an evolutionary path, that even I could obtain count for against the Shenhuang secret realm? Chikuan Star Lord quickly figured it out. Obtaining the Xianhuang evolutionary path was not very difficult for him. If the Xianhuang evolutionary path really had a key connection with the Xianhuang secret realm, how could it possibly have surfaced through him, a mere 8th-rank powerhouse? What Chiquan Starlord did not know was that the spirit of the Xianhuang secret realm, in order to better disseminate the Xianhuang evolutionary path to the outside world, almost gave away the evolutionary path. However, most powerhouses, upon obtaining this evolutionary path, try repeatedly and find it absolutely unfeasible to cultivate, and so gradually give up and no longer pay attention. Occasionally life forms that meet the requirements of the Xianhuang evolutionary path appear, and they too often perish midway, failing to reach the prerequisites necessary to call upon the Xianhuang secret realm. Teacher, about the Xianhuang evolutionary path, I intend to make it public, and find a few evolvers within my human civilization who can cultivate this evolutionary path. Lin Yuan pondered for a while, then spoke. This was also what he had promised to the spirit of the Xianhuang secret realm. As for other evolvers cultivating the Xianhuang evolutionary path, would it shake Lin Yuan's control over the Xianhuang secret realm? That possibility no longer existed, as in today's scenario Lin Yuan had refined the core of the secret realm, becoming the undisputed master of the Xianhuang secret realm. Even if someone cultivated the Xianhuang evolutionary path to the 10th, 11th rank, it would not affect the Xianhuang secret realm in the slightest. No problem. Chiquan Star Lord nodded. Thank you, teacher, Lin Yuan immediately said. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan successfully uploaded the first tier chapter to the 7th rank chapter of the Xianhuang evolutionary path. As for the 8th layer part, 9th rank chapter, 10th rank chapter, 11th stage volume, and even the 12th stage chapter, if one can't even get through the initial first tier chapter to the 7th rank chapter, there's naturally no need to cultivate the later stages. The three goddesses don't think highly of the Xianhuang evolutionary path. Lin Yuan received the evaluation from the goddess of wisdom on the Xianhuang evolutionary path. The most important criterion for evaluating evolutionary paths in human civilization is their level of adoption. That is, the number of people who can cultivate this evolutionary path. Even if it's a supreme evolution path, if the threshold is extremely high, resulting in no one being able to enter, then its value won't be very high either. The Xianhuang secret realm might not be such that no one can enter, but cultivating this evolutionary path is not an easy matter. Battlefield A098. Chapter 692. Battlefields starting with A signify large alien battlefields. Human civilization has established as many as 2 million battlefields of different races, the vast majority of which are small-sized otherworldly battlefields. There are 860,000 medium-sized otherworldly battlefields. As for large alien battlefields, to date, there are only 135. Each large alien battlefield is a meat grinder between peak clans, where the strongest beings of the cosmic starry skies converge the most. The gaze of supreme beings is always watching closely. Battlefield A098 is located near the central region. Lin Yuan's Taiyang divine spirit is flying cautiously. Whether it is a small-sized otherworldly battlefield, a medium-sized otherworldly battlefield, or a large alien battlefield, space is extremely unstable, and transposition errors would be greatly magnified. Such errors might be harmless in the cosmic starry skies, but on a battlefield, if one carelessly transposed into the enemy's lair, wouldn't that be seeking death? Therefore, under normal circumstances, no strong being dares to use transposition in the battlefields. Lin Yuan is no exception. Even though with the 9 steps of spacetime, Lin Yuan could minimize the errors to the lowest. But the consumption from using this secret technique is too great, and the movement it generates is also significant. It would create ripple after ripple in space. After all, this secret technique is meant to be a life-saving method when there are no other choices. When one is already in such a desperate situation, who still cares about the magnitude of the disturbance? This large alien battlefield is really too vast. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. It had taken him just over half a year to travel from the Milky Way star region to this battlefield. In the years after that, he had been slowly flying on the battlefield, heading towards the eternal spatial rift. According to Lin Yuan's understanding of Battlefield A098, This large alien battlefield has a diameter of over 500 light-years, and even in the vastness of the cosmic void, it is considered a colossal entity. It is said that the 135 large battlefields established by human civilization were all crafted by the hands of supreme beings. They are the work of ultimate existences themselves, capable of enduring the battles between 11th rank lives. However, even just after entering the battlefield, I can already smell the scent of world-breaking origin force. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. In the past, in both small-sized and medium-sized otherworldly battlefields, he could only accelerate the accumulation of world-breaking origin force when he was near the eternal spatial rifts. But in a large alien battlefield, even at the edges, Lin Yuan could sense that the rate of accumulating world-breaking origin force had increased. Even if it was just a slight increase, it was nevertheless an increase. Compared to the small-sized and medium-sized otherworldly battlefields, this was a qualitative change. I wonder, once I truly approach that eternal spatial rift, to what extent will the rate of accumulating world-breaking origin force increase? Lin Yuan was somewhat expectant in his heart. Shenhuang's secret realm. Lin Yuan Taiyin primordial spirit stood suspended in the air. Since breaking through to the 10th rank, Lin Yuan occasionally entered the Shenhuang secret realm to acquaint himself with the power that surged after his breakthrough. The Shenhuang secret realm could even block the prying eyes of supreme beings, allowing Lin Yuan to display his power unbridledly here, with no need for any reservations. Boom, boom, boom. The terrifying energy fluctuations nearly swept across 1/10 of the secret realm. Compared to a normal 10th rank, Lin Yuan's strength foundation was unfathomably stronger. After passing through the chaos void with a gap of more than 12 light-years and receiving an origin source infusion for 333 seconds, Lin Yuan underwent a complete metamorphosis from the inside out. Compared to when he was at the 9th rank, Lin Yuan had become far too powerful. It was as if he had transformed from an ant into a divine dragon. Whirling, the many layers of space were torn apart. The power Lin Yuan unleashed with mere gestures was enough to obliterate 10th rank grade C and grade B beings. Only a 10th rank grade A who had comprehended the pillar-level fusion rules could endure in the aftermath of Lin Yuan's unrestrained power. But that was just enduring, like a small boat floating on a vast ocean, vulnerable to sinking at any moment. Master, your strength now has already surpassed the pinnacle of the 10th rank without the aid of any rules power. The six-armed silhouette of the spirit of the Shenhuang secret realm appeared in the distance, looking at Lin Yuan in the center of the vast power, utterly shocked. The main method of cultivation for a 10th rank life is to constantly fuse various rules. And fusing rules is also the most important means of attack for a 10th rank life. But now, without utilizing any rules, Lin Yuan's burst of power had surpassed the 10th rank category, which was simply unthinkable. Merely surpassing the pinnacle of the 10th rank? Lin Yuan reigned in his aura, somewhat disappointed. Compared to his initial step into the 10th rank, Lin Yuan's strength had increased greatly. He thought he might barely reach the threshold of the 11th rank. Master! The six-armed silhouette fell silent. The 10th and the 11th rank belong to completely different realms. It's not about surpassing the pinnacle of the 10th rank to reach the 11th. If the pinnacle of the 10th rank is 100, then the 11th rank is 1,000 or even 10,000. Surpassing the pinnacle of the 10th rank, reaching 110 or 120, is still a long way from the 11th rank. During the glorious times of the profound yellow lineage, there indeed were some abnormal 10th rank lives who, with the aid of secret technique weapons, momentarily stood against 11th rank life. But Lin Yuan now wanted to reach the threshold of the 11th rank with his own pure power alone. This left the six-armed silhouette at a loss for words. If merely with one's pure strength one can rival the 11th rank, is that still a 10th rank life? After numerous attempts in the Shenhuang secret realm, Lin Yuan had a rough idea of his current strength. He was basically invincible among the 10th rank, with ordinary grade A tier 10 beings unable to last long against him. If Lin Yuan disregarded everything, paying a huge price, he could perhaps briefly elevate his strength to the threshold of the 11th rank. For instance, by using the divine skill, enhancement. enhancing everything like his physical soul, spirit, will, inner world, by 10 times could lead to an estimated 100-fold or 1,000-fold increase in strength, certainly breaking into the 11th rank realm. Fusion rules. After examining for a while, Lin Yuan continued his cultivation and started to comprehend the Tao. The rules of life. The rules of death. Lin Yuan raised both hands. His left hand was filled with warm vitality, while his right hand emanated a cold aura of death. Life and death. The cycle never ends? In Lin Yuan's mind, numerous inspirations emerged, and the forces of life and death between his hands slowly began to merge. Chapter 693, Revisiting the Dark Planet. Breaking through the 10th rank for Lin Yuan, besides the most direct aspect of a dramatic increase in strength, there was another benefit, that being the perception of rules became much easier. The heights at which the 9th rank and the 10th rank stood were different, and the scenery they observed naturally differed as well. Lin Yuan's against heaven's understanding was the same, when at the 9th rank, perceiving the fusion of pillar-level rules felt obscure and difficult to comprehend. But at the 10th rank, it couldn't be said to be easy, but it likewise couldn't be described as obscure. Having stepped into the 10th rank for several years, Lin Yuan first gained a deep perception of the fusion between the life rule and the death rule, these two kinds of pillar-level rules. At this moment, all of the perceptions transformed into inspiration, propelling Lin Yuan to make that final step. You possess against heaven's understanding, perceiving the life rule and the death rule, beginning the fusion of rules. You possess against heaven's understanding, perceiving the life rule and the death rule, beginning the fusion of rules. You possess against heaven's understanding, perceiving the life rule and the death rule, successfully completing the fusion smoothly. Boom! A rumble exploded in Lin Yuan's mind, as the life rule and the death rule completely fused, forming a completely new rule power. This type of rule power encompassed both life and death, causing the two to continually reincarnate, as if there was no end at all. I finally comprehended a pillar-level fusion rule. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Normally speaking, a 10th rank evolver who comprehends a pillar-level fusion rule, which is at least the new rule formed after the fusion of two pillar-level rules, would then be able to rank among the grade A of the 10th rank. However, this step for 10th rank evolvers took a very, very long time. It's just that Firstly, Lin Yuan's foundation was too robust, having thoroughly perceived all the major pillar-level rules even before stepping into the 10th rank. Secondly, Lin Yuan possessed an against heaven's understanding. Other 10th rank evolvers, when they first enter this level, haven't even fully comprehended a few pillar-level rules, let alone developed a pillar-level fusion rule. The two weren't even on the same level. Fusing the life rule and the death rule, the fusion rule I've comprehended should be the life and death samsara rule? Lin Yuan thought to himself. The life and death samsara rule among many pillar-level rules is a very powerful fusion rule, encompassing the two pillar rules of life and death, which are completely extreme and opposite rules. The difficulty of fusing the life rule with the death rule exceeds the fusion of other pillar-level rules, but once successful, the might of the formed life and death samsara rule is extraordinarily formidable. With my current strength under normal circumstances, should I be able to reach the threshold of 11th rank now? Lin Yuan thought to himself. For a regular 10th rank powerhouse, comprehending one kind of pillar-level fusion rule completely transforms their own strength. Different types of pillar-level fusion rules exist with various focal points, but no matter which kind of pillar-level fusion rule, all can enable a 10th rank powerhouse to jump straight into the grade A threat list. So, after Lin Yuan comprehended the life and death samsara rule, his own strength likewise welcomed a significant increase. To put it simply, if the pillar-level fusion rule is compared to a sharp blade, in the hands of ordinary people it can cause tremendous lethality, and in the hands of evolvers, the lethality will be even stronger and higher. The same degree of life and death samsara rule, when initiated by Lin Yuan compared to when initiated by a normal 10th rank grade A powerhouse, the power unleashed is naturally worlds apart. Let's try again. A thought flickered through Lin Yuan's mind. The Taiyin primordial spirit immediately descended upon the Shenhuang secret realm. After becoming the master of the Shenhuang secret realm and with the Shenhuang seal, Lin Yuan could enter the Shenhuang secret realm from any location in the universe. As for getting out, apart from those fixed 333 secret realm exits, one can also establish a guiding mark between themselves and the Shenhuang secret realm, serving as a connection and pull. Lin Yuan had already established that long ago, using his true body as the guiding mark for when he exits. Previously, when the Shenhuang secret realm was closed, he exited along with the other 9th rank evolvers to create a scenario that he too left the Shenhuang secret realm. Shenhuang secret realm. The Lin Yuan Taiyin primordial spirit descended once again. Master! The 6-armed silhouette appeared, looking at Lin Yuan with a slight hint of confusion, and asked, "I want to test my strength again," Lin Yuan said directly. "Okay." The 6-armed silhouette nodded. Although unclear why Lin Yuan wanted to repeat the process, the 6-armed silhouette would only follow the commands of its master. "What is this secret realm's limit of endurance?" Lin Yuan asked before acting. "Limit of endurance?" The 6-armed silhouette pondered for a moment. "Attacks below the ultimate shouldn't be a problem." The reason why the Shenhuang secret realm could evade the lockdown of a supreme being was because of the technique of blending into the gaps within the countless spatial layers of the main universe. As for the Shenhuang secret realm itself, it had no ability to block supreme beings. However, while it couldn't stop a supreme being, the secret realm was more than sufficient to withstand attacks from 11th rank life forms. "Then that's good," Lin Yuan nodded. "I have just understood a type of fusion rule and want to try it out. You help me see if the power has reached the threshold of 11th rank." Lin Yuan finished speaking and raised his right hand, lightly pressing towards the front. The terrifying power of the life rule and death rule, after fusing, began to burst forth, the breath of both extreme rules continuously infiltrating the numerous spatial layers, vaguely starting to affect the stability of the Shenhuang secret realm. The 6-armed silhouette's expression changed slightly. "Master, you can't continue attacking," the 6-armed silhouette hurriedly said. Lin Yuan also noticed the changes in the Shenhuang secret realm. When he exerted the life and death samsara rule in an attack, it was far from shaking the Shenhuang secret realm, but it produced a continuous and lingering influence on the core essence of the realm. Indeed, the life and death samsara rule is formidable, Lin Yuan couldn't help but exclaim in his heart. With the foundation of his strength, the destructive power he unleashed under the life and death samsara rule had definitely reached the threshold of Tier 11. "Master, that strike just now reached the Tier 11 threshold," the 6-armed silhouette immediately said. At the same time, a trace of shock appeared on its face. Just entering the 10th rank and already capable of delivering such a terrifying strike, was this still a 10th rank life? "I know," Lin Yuan said, feeling quite pleased. However, although that strike reached the Tier 11 threshold, it's still a bit weaker compared to a true 11th rank powerhouse. The so-called Tier 11 threshold simply refers to a casual strike from a powerhouse who has just entered the Tier 11 level. But Lin Yuan wasn't discouraged. After all, how long had it been since he stepped into the 10th rank? To achieve this extent was already impressive, and after several decades or centuries, challenging an 11th rank powerhouse would be entirely possible. Virtual world. After Lin Yuan grasped the life and death samsara rule, he joined Black Star Lord and Lustrous Star Master for a casual chat. "Ha ha ha, Galaxy Master, your 10th rank celebration is almost catching up to the grandeur of Naelin's Tier 11 celebration," Black Star Lord laughed. "I didn't expect everyone to be so enthusiastic," Lin Yuan said, with a smile on his face. After stepping into the 10th rank, Lin Yuan also held a 10th rank celebration, and as a result, he received various congratulations and celebrations. Evolvers of the 10th and 11th rank from human civilization, as well as many powers, all sent their congratulations. Of course, along with the congratulatory letters, the gifts were naturally quite significant. Even Black Star Lord and Lustrous Star Master sent over quite a generous gift. After the celebration, Lin Yuan, just in gift money, had received 7 to 8 million cubic universe crystals. "That's because the one holding the celebration is the Galaxy Master," someone remarked. "When I broke through to the 10th rank and had my celebration, It wasn't of this scale, Black Star Lord said, shaking his head. The potential of the Galaxy Master was limitless, and with the talents and capabilities he had shown so far, entering Tier 11 was a sure thing. Hence, many evolvers and powers naturally sent gifts. Black Star Lord, at the time of his own entry into the 10th rank, had a celebration that was only a bit more lively than normal, and at that time, Black Star Lord's displayed potential was far from what Lin Yuan was showing now. When you hold your Tier 11 celebration, it will definitely surpass mine, Lin Yuan immediately said. I hope so, Black Star Lord said, a smile appearing on his face. He too longed to step into Tier 11, but to take that step, accumulation alone wasn't enough. If it weren't for the stimulus provided by Lin Yuan leading to a change in mindset, it might have taken Nalan tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years to make the breakthrough, and even then it would only be a possibility. After chatting with Black Star Lord and Lustrous Star Master for a while longer, Lin Yuan disconnected from the virtual world. Now that I've grasped the life and death samsara rule, I might as well go and explore the Black Planet, Lin Yuan thought. The Black Planet was a mysterious planet that Lin Yuan Taiyin primordial spirit had stumbled upon while returning from the Shenhuang secret realm. There were 12 doors in the center of the planet, and the prerequisite to enter each door was understanding a pillar-level fusion rule. Lin Yuan remembered that one of the doors required the life and death samsara rule as its pillar-level fusion rule. The Black Planet. Lin Yuan's expression became solemn. According to the Goddess of Wisdom's explanation, the Black Planet came from an ancient past, from an event where countless treasures descended from outside the universe. The rise of human civilization was greatly attributed to this, as it was said they obtained part of a key treasure's heritage. Therefore, Lin Yuan paid great attention to that Black Planet. Let's go take a look. Lin Yuan's Taiyin primordial spirit appeared, and then vanished in an instant, rushing towards the star domain where the Black Planet was located. Desolate star domain. Outside a seemingly ordinary Black Planet, Lin Yuan's figure emerged. As was his custom, he left a drop of his essence blood outside. Then he descended onto the Black Planet. In the center of the planet, 12 black doors stood tall, emanating an ancient and mysterious aura. Lin Yuan observed carefully for a while and eventually stood before one of the black doors. This door was the one corresponding to the life and death samsara rule. Only upon grasping such a pillar-level fusion rule could one enter. What should I do now? Lin Yuan stood outside the black door, his brow slightly furrowed. He then reached out, attempting to push the black door open. But the black door remained immovable. Life and death samsara rule. Lin Yuan looked at the patterns engraved on the surface of the door. The patterns were complex, but Lin Yuan understood their meaning at a glance. Grasping the life and death samsara rule is required to enter. After pondering for a moment, Lin Yuan tried to congeal the power of the life and death samsara rule and slowly infused it into the black door. Shortly after, under Lin Yuan's gaze, a deep voice echoed in his ear. Qualifications met for entry. The next moment, the black door began to vibrate, thunderously opening. Without any hesitation, Lin Yuan stepped inside. What is this place? Walking into the black door, Lin Yuan's expression changed slightly as he looked around. Chapter 694. Lin Yuan's One Strike. Within the black door, there was a vast expanse of heaven and earth. Contained space within the Jiezi? Lin Yuan was cautious and kept observing his surroundings. The black sphere was not large, yet the space within the door was so vast. Lin Yuan did not find it strange. It was just a deeper application of the space rules. Lin Yuan's inner world extended over 200 million miles but was hidden within a fist-sized chi sea. It was a similar principle. The suppression in this space is so strong, Lin Yuan secretly exclaimed. The massive suppression was far beyond that of the Shenhuang secret realm. Lin Yuan was now unable to even blend into the spatial layers. Over there. Lin Yuan looked ahead. Beneath his feet there was a path made of black pebbles. Aside from this path, everywhere else appeared white. It's only safe to walk along the path of black pebbles, Lin Yuan's third eye twitched as he looked toward the white area, a sense of dread rising in his heart. Yet the narrow path of black pebbles brought a sense of safety. Can't go back. Lin Yuan turned to look. He found that the door behind him had already disappeared. Now, the only option for Lin Yuan was a single path. That was to keep moving forward. So be it. At most, I'll just lose this primordial spirit. It's not unacceptable. After pondering for a while, Lin Yuan directly followed the path of black pebbles. Regarding this black sphere, Lin Yuan had already informed the goddess of wisdom. The three goddesses surely knew by now. If the three goddesses knew, then the Xia Qin Supreme Being and other ultimate existences must definitely be aware. In such a situation, if the Xia Qin Supreme Being did not specifically inform him, it indicated that there might not be any significant danger associated with the black sphere. The black sphere was related to the distant past event where countless treasures fell into the cosmic starry sky, and human civilization had acquired the key treasure and its heritage from that event, so the Xia Qin Supreme Being must be quite knowledgeable about the black sphere. The fact that the Xia Qin Supreme Being did not actively inform Lin Yuan signified that there were no irreparable dangers present. Time passed. In the blink of an eye, half an hour went by. I feel other rule fluctuations rapidly becoming vague, and only the life and death rules are starting to become clearer? Lin Yuan noticed the changes around him. Life and death rules? Is this world related to the life and death samsara rule? Many speculations arose in Lin Yuan's heart, but they were just that, speculations. To understand clearly, he had to continue onward. Xia Yu Evolution Tower. Xia Qin Supreme Being seemed to sense something, slightly lifting his head to look towards a certain area. If Lin Yuan were present, he would have noticed that the Xia Qin Supreme Being's gaze was directed at the star domain where the black sphere was located. That kid went in. A smile appeared on Xia Qin Supreme Being's face. A figure quickly condensed beside him, the feather butterfly Supreme Being. That heritage star probably originated from an oversight of the past. We've gone so many years without discovering it. Yet that kid stumbled upon it so easily, he's really lucky. The feather butterfly Supreme Being smiled slightly. The black sphere's aura was completely concealed. Even Supreme Beings couldn't detect it, unless they were within a certain proximity. Otherwise, with the perception of Supreme Beings that can see through millions and tens of millions of light years at a glance, searching the entire cosmic starry sky would not take too long. Divine treasures conceal themselves. Some treasures cannot be detected unless one is close by. Even for certain kinds of treasures, if one does not meet the criteria, they might not detect any anomalies even when close. Just like the mysterious gourd Lin Yuan possesses, if it weren't for the physical body divine ability blood rebirth that Lin Yuan happened to master, it's likely he would still be clueless about the use of that gourd now. Inside the heritage star, there are paths of pillar-level fusion rules that only 10th rank life can enter. If that kid can get through 3 or 4 types, he might be able to step into tier 11, said the Xia Qin Supreme Being. 3 or 4 types? The feather butterfly Supreme Being pondered for a while. Normally, a 10th rank evolver only needs to get through 1 to step into tier 11. But considering Lin Yuan's previous outstanding feats, going through 3 or 4 types is not out of the question. I just don't know how many realms of fusion rules the paths contained within that heritage star reach. The Xia Qin Supreme Being muttered to himself. According to the highest secrets owned by human civilization, heritage stars from outside the universe also vary in rank. Depending on the maximum realms reached by the contained fusion rules paths, the higher the level, the more precious it is, but the harder it is to pass through as well. Of course, to know the maximum realms, one must first traverse a path of the fusion rules. Without doing so, even Supreme Beings cannot know its limits. Supreme Beings have the means to destroy the black sphere, but such heritage stars will go into self-destruct mode if they sense an unstoppable threat. Within the black door, in the vast expanse of heaven and earth, Lin Yuan was walking step by step along the path made of black pebbles. Not knowing how much time had passed, Lin Yuan arrived in front of a black ritual altar. This place. Lin Yuan stopped in his tracks and began to sense carefully. Here, he could no longer perceive fluctuations from other rules. Only the life and death rules became incredibly clear. Not sensing rule fluctuations meant he could not borrow the power of the rules. For example, the spatial rupture fusion rules that Lin Yuan comprehended came from a fusion of the space rules and the golden rules. But in this world, the efficacy of such fusion rules would be greatly weakened, because he could not feel the space rules or the golden rules at all. He could only rely on the spatial rupture fusion rules he had mastered. But now, where should I go? Lin Yuan looked over the altar before him. After waiting cautiously for a while and noticing no changes, he stepped onto the altar. The moment Lin Yuan set foot on the altar, the entire altar began to shake slightly. Massive amounts of black light rapidly converged, condensing into a black-robed man with an ancient demeanor. Who are you? Lin Yuan looked at the black-robed man, his expression growing slightly solemn. Greetings. I am the altar spirit, and I shall now subject you to some trials. Should you pass, you will obtain the ultimate reward for this path of fusion rules. The black-robed man's tone was calm as he looked at Lin Yuan and said slowly, The altar spirit? Lin Yuan quickly understood the position of the black-robed man. Similar to the stone statue Shinji in the Demon Jade space and the six-armed silhouette in the Shenhuang secret realm. May I ask, Senior, what is the ultimate reward? Lin Yuan immediately inquired. You'll know once you go in. The black-robed man shook his head. Only those who pass the trial may know what the ultimate reward is. However, I can hint that the ultimate reward is related to the life and death samsara rule. I see. Lin Yuan's face showed realization, but inside he was rather speechless. He naturally could speculate that the ultimate reward was related to the life and death samsara rule. Could it be that behind this door, which one could only enter upon comprehending the life and death samsara rule, lay a reward related to the Great Destruction rule? What is the trial? Lin Yuan asked again. The trial tests your mastery of the life and death samsara rule, the black-robed man stated succinctly. Presumably you have already felt that, in this world, only the fluctuations of life and death rules exist. No other rules can be perceived, the black-robed man said. Correct. Lin Yuan nodded. In short, the strongest rule that Lin Yuan could now wield was the life and death samsara rule. Now, the black-robed man gestured with a wave of his hand, and dozens of black stone walls descended, erecting themselves not far away. The dozens of black stone walls stood in a row from front to back. The life and death samsara rule is a rule of slaughter, and testing such a rule is based on the level of destructiveness caused. Now, operate the life and death samsara rule with all your strength and attack the black stone walls. The more walls you penetrate, the more hope you have of passing the trial, the black-robed man said directly without mincing words. Operate with all my strength? Lin Yuan repeated. Yes. Full strength. Let me see the limit of your destructive power, said the black-robed man, giving Lin Yuan an extra glance, as if he wondered why Lin Yuan would ask such a question. Don't worry. Seeing the aura of your life and death samsara rule, you must have just grasped it. Under such circumstances, even if you stimulate the life and death samsara rule with all your might, the strength that erupts will barely penetrate the first black stone wall, not to mention completely pass through, the black-robed man patiently explained. Although he had predicted the scope of destruction Lin Yuan would cause by ultimately stimulating the life and death samsara rule, it was just the scope. As for how much power, like how much of the first black stone wall would be penetrated, it still needed Lin Yuan's own effort to verify. All right. Lin Yuan nodded. Since comprehending the life and death samsara rule, he had never yet fully utilized this rule in action. Even in the Shenhuang secret realm, he had stopped as soon as he realized the impact this fusion rule had on the realm, exercising restraint. Begin. After the black-robed man spoke, he became silent. When Lin Yuan opened the outer door with a trace of life and death samsara rule's power and entered, he made a rough estimate of the power of life and death samsara rule Lin Yuan had grasped. Life and death samsara. Lin Yuan raised his right hand and stretched out his index finger, solemnly touching each black stone wall that wasn't far away with a gentle tap. The black-robed man's face was initially expressionless, but soon after, his expression changed dramatically. He looked at Lin Yuan's gently extended finger in disbelief. What? The black-robed man's pupils shrank sharply. The next moment, the power of life and death samsara instantly pierced through billions of spatial layers, tearing open a hole. The black stone walls were crushed without a doubt, and that hole continued to spread swiftly towards the distance, piercing through the entire world in an instant and moving on to even deeper realms. It wasn't until a faint vibration echoed that everything settled down. Even so, in the gray area that the hole had passed through, the power of life and death samsara continued to operate ceaselessly. Everything was distorting, and everything was being annihilated. Xia Yu Evolution Tower. Xia Qin's Supreme Being and Feather Butterfly were leisurely chatting while observing the black star. At that moment, Xia Qin's Supreme Being's complexion showed a strange change. He then looked carefully at the black star many light years away. After a moment, Xia Qin's Supreme Being narrowed his eyes and spoke. Feather Butterfly, did you notice that the heritage star seemed to tremble just now? Chapter 695 Exaggerated Accumulation Speed of World-Breaking Origin Force. There was a tremor? The Feather Butterfly Supreme Being was astonished. These kinds of heritage stars were divided into 3 types. 9th rank Spatial Heritage Star, 10th rank Fusion Rule Heritage Star, 11th rank Fusion Rule Heritage Star. The Black Planet was a 10th rank Fusion Rule Heritage Star, which only allowed 10th rank life to enter. Besides understanding the corresponding pillar-level fusion rules, it also had intrinsic requirements for life level. Higher 11th rank life or lower 9th rank life did not qualify. Given the weight of the 10th rank Fusion Rule Heritage Star, if it were in the external world, even an 11th rank powerhouse could not budge it by an inch. If it were inside, an attack of an 11th rank level could potentially have an impact, but that introduces a paradox. That is, 10th rank Fusion Rule Heritage Star does not allow 11th rank life to enter. 11th rank life cannot enter, and 10th rank life is far too inferior to 11th rank life. Furthermore, the heritage space inside the heritage star suppresses other rule fluctuations, only allowing the operation of corresponding fusion rules. External forces, secret treasures, and other methods are all useless. This makes each heritage star extremely stable, not subject to changes due to external forces. Therefore, Xia Qin's Supreme Being was a bit astonished. Let me take a look. The Feather Butterfly Supreme Being's thoughts stirred slightly. An incarnation immediately descended outside the Black Planet. At the same time, centered on the Black Planet, the time over millions of miles range suddenly began to reverse. It was as if a scene playing at normal speed suddenly started to rewind. Time reversal. This was a secret technique that any life that thoroughly understood the rule of time could perform. However, even for Lin Yuan, the area of his time reversal was at most tens to hundreds of miles. Any more would be too much to handle, yet the time reversal area of the Feather Butterfly Supreme Being spanned tens of millions of miles. And this was still just an insignificant incarnation of the Feather Butterfly Supreme Being, who could have as many such incarnations as she wanted within the territorial scope of human civilization under the coverage of the virtual networks. Indeed, there was a tremor. The Feather Butterfly Supreme Being nodded slightly. Through the time reversal, she also discovered that a minor tremor had occurred in the Black Planet. Why is that so? Xia Qin's Supreme Being was somewhat surprised. The possibilities could be merely one of 2. One is that there might have been an issue or an accident with the operation itself inside the Black Planet. The other possibility is that a powerhouse within the internal heritage space of the Black Planet unleashed an 11th rank level attack, exceeding the internal thresholds of the Black Planet, thus causing the recent incident. The first possibility remains unspoken for now. The second possibility? At present, Lin Yuan is the only person inside the heritage space of the Black Planet. That is to say, if this possibility is true, then the person who unleashed the 11th rank attack is Lin Yuan. But how is that possible? If the gap between 8th layer and 9th rank is 1, then the gap between 9th rank and 10th rank is 100, and between 10th rank and 11th rank it's 10,000 to 100,000. fighting beyond one's rank? At the third rank, fourth rank, and fifth rank, it might be realized by relying on one's own bloodline physique, mastery of secret techniques, and so on. But the higher the realm, the less likely such an event occurs, until it becomes impossible. Both supreme beings knew that when Lin Yuan broke through to 10th rank, he had endured the massive infusion of chaos void origin, gaining tremendous benefits. But even significant benefits cannot change the fact that Lin Yuan is 10th rank life. Perhaps with Lin Yuan's talent and having endured so much chaos void origin infusion, training to the peak of 10th rank, he might hope to elevate his attack ability to the threshold of 11th rank. But how long has it been? A normal newcomer to 10th rank as an evolver is still not completely accustomed to his newly increased power. Yet Lin Yuan's attack has reached the threshold of 11th rank? This young fellow, the feather butterfly supreme being shook her head slightly. Ever since the two of them started paying attention to Lin Yuan, the frequency of their surprises almost matched the total of the past several million to tens of millions of years. Human civilization in the Starry Sea era has only extended over slightly more than 2 million years, but before the Starry Sea era, there were long periods of dormancy. Xiaqin Supreme Being and Feather Butterfly Supreme Being were naturally far older than 2 million years. They were born before the long periods of dormancy. Inside the Black Planet. Within the vast universe. The man in the black robe blankly stared at the terrifying scene caused by Lin Yuan's strike. The power of life and death samsara, exuding strands of terrifying aura, constantly spread towards the outside world along the holes, even distorting and erasing the space under its influence. Is this the newly comprehended life and death samsara rule? The man in the black robe was silent for a long time. At least it matches the life and death samsara rule of the second realm or even the third realm. The man in the black robe's gaze shifted, looking at Lin Yuan, who dealt the recent strike, his mind replaying numerous scenes. As the altar spirit, he had absolute control over this space. The life and death samsara rule operated by Lin Yuan was indeed newly comprehended, merely at the early stage of the first realm. Whether it's an ordinary fusion rule or a pillar-level fusion rule, based on the depth of comprehension, it is divided from the first realm to the 9th realm. For a 10th rank evolver to break through to tier 11, the threshold is at least to comprehend one pillar-level fusion rule and cultivate this rule to the second realm. The understanding of rules is extremely difficult, let alone the fusion of rules. If understanding the inherent rules of the universe, one just needs to quietly comprehend the fluctuations of the rules. Chapter 696. Having a direction for the path ahead, although difficult, at least provided an end in sight. But fusion rules? Fusion rules were created by the strong according to their own understanding, blending different rules characteristics. In the practice of fusion rules, every realm varied drastically. Why does the life and death samsara rule of the first realm possess such great power? The man in the black robe closely observed Lin Yuan. Without the aid of any external forces, nor any fluctuations from a secret treasure weapon, could it be his own strength? His physical vitality far exceeds that of a normal 10th rank life. The man in the black robe faintly discovered something. The tests of this world did not permit the use of any external forces. But here, external forces referred to secret treasure weapons, or other high-level reserves and so on. What about one's own strength, such as physical soul and spirit will? Did that count as an external force? In the original rules of the Black Planet, it did not count as external force. Lin Yuan activated the life and death samsara rule, which he had only recently comprehended, staying at the beginning of the first realm. But his own foundation was too powerful. Like the same knife when swung with the force of 100 pounds, compared to the swing with 100 tons. The unleashed power was obviously different. And here, the knife referred to the life and death samsara rule. The depth of understanding the life and death samsara rule certainly affected the power of this type of fusion rule. But it also related to the master of this rule. Senior, have I passed the test? Lin Yuan unleashed a strike with all his might, then immediately looked towards the man in the black robe standing not far away and asked. The man in the black robe had told him not to hold back, and Lin Yuan naturally did not hold back either. His strike was generated with full force, pouring in the vast power of his inner world, the strength of his physical vitality and soul, along with the mysterious yellow strike cultivated to the third stage. As for the divine skill strengthening, Lin Yuan did not use it, for if he activated this divine skill, it wouldn't be a strike with all his might, but a desperate one. According to the rules, you naturally pass the test, the man in the black robe said tonelessly. The original test set by the Black Planet was, as long as Lin Yuan possessed the power of the life and death samsara rule at the peak of first realm, he could pass. This was essentially the peak that a 10th rank life could reach. What about the life and death samsara rule of the second realm? Cultivating pillar-level fusion rules to the second realm would quickly step into tier 11. Although Lin Yuan's life and death samsara rule was only beginning at the first realm in terms of understanding, the power had even reached the threshold of the third realm. That's good. A smile emerged on Lin Yuan's face. The test within the Black Planet wasn't too troublesome. Merely one strike was enough. Through that door lies the ultimate reward of this path. The man in the black robe looked at Lin Yuan for a while before speaking. Not far away, a black door appeared there, unnoticed. Compared to the 12 massive gates on the outside, this black gate, standing only 5 meters tall, seemed rather modest. But let me remind you, any life only has one chance to enter this door. If you leave in the middle, even if you pass the test again, you cannot enter. The man in the black robe cautioned. I wonder if there is any danger inside the door? Lin Yuan asked tentatively. There is no danger. The man in the black robe shook his head. He didn't know what was inside, but he was sure there was no danger. Then, inside the door, will there be any need to use strength? Lin Yuan continued to inquire. Since you have already passed the test, there is no need for another test. The man in the black robe replied. Can I send an incarnation in? Lin Yuan thought for a moment before speaking. An incarnation, unlike an avatar, was a vessel formed by gathering a strand of spirit will and cosmic forces. Its strength was far inferior to that of the original's avatar. The man in the black robe had reminded him that once he left the door during the period, he would not be able to re-enter. Lin Yuan naturally had to be cautious. Yes. The man in the black robe nodded. Good. Lin Yuan's mind stirred slightly. A phantom figure condensed in front of him. He immediately exchanged a glance with Lin Yuan, then stepped through the black gate. Where is this? Lin Yuan's incarnation, after a brief darkness akin to a fish leaping out of water, finally arrived at the destination. This was a space with a circumference of several miles. The left half was filled with fluctuations of life rules. The right half brimmed with death rules fluctuations. The two types of rules transformed into each other, merging together. The end of life is death, the end of death is life. Life and death samsara, an endless cycle. Fusion rules guiding the path? Lin Yuan's mind churned. Fusion rules, unlike the inherent cosmic rules, had no general direction. Understanding fusion rules was mainly up to oneself. However, nothing is absolute. If a being who had reached the 7th realm in understanding fusion rules was willing to strip their understanding, it could be crafted into such guidance paths. Just 7th realm fusion rules? Even just ordinary rules between fusion rules, reaching the 7th realm was the limit for an 11th rank life. If it was pillar-level fusion rules 7th realm, that was a domain only supreme beings could step into. The life and death samsara rule before him was indeed a pillar-level rule, which meant the present life and death samsara rules guidance path originated from some supreme being's stripping of understanding of this kind of fusion rules. This form of stripping was a permanent removal. Even for a supreme being, it was a substantial sacrifice. Life and death samsara rules guidance path. Reaching the 4th realm, Lin Yuan briefly comprehended and concluded in his mind. The guidance path of the 4th realm meant that Lin Yuan, while comprehending the life and death samsara rule, could obtain specific guidance from the 1st to the 4th realm. Chapter 697. According to the degree of separation from their own insights into the fusion rules, supreme beings formed different guiding paths. Merely from the 2nd realm to the guiding path, the impact on supreme beings wasn't very significant. They could regain their cultivation by continuing to comprehend for a few thousand years. If it were a 3rd realm guiding path, it would significantly affect the supreme beings, needing at least several tens of thousands of years of recomprehension to recover. A fourth realm guiding path was the limit a supreme being could recover from. If it were a fifth realm guiding path, the stripped supreme being might as well give up on that fusion rule. What exactly is the origin of this black planet that compels a supreme being to pay such a price? Lin Yuan secretly thought. No, not right. Not one supreme being. Perhaps 12 supreme beings. Because there were 12 black gates on the black planet. Each black gate corresponded to different pillar-level fusion rules, such as the life and death samsara rule of the fourth realm guiding path that Lin Yuan could currently see. The ultimate rewards of the other 11 black gates were likely similar. Never mind. I will begin comprehending now. Lin Yuan gathered his thoughts and immediately started observing the rules of life and death around him. Your understanding is against heaven. Viewing the essence fusion of the life and death rules significantly boosts your comprehension of the life and death samsara rule. Merely after a brief moment of comprehension, Lin Yuan felt the bottleneck that had once trapped him dissolving. At this moment, the life and death samsara rule seemed like it had switched to easy mode for him. Based on my current speed of comprehension, in at most 50 years, I can elevate the life and death samsara rule to the second realm. Lin Yuan's eyes sparkled. 50 years? For a 10th rank evolver, 50 years pass in a blink. 10th rank evolvers who wish to train up to the 10th rank summit and achieve pillar-level fusion rules don't know how many tens of thousands of years it would take, eventually elevating the pillar-level fusion rules to the second realm. This bottleneck has trapped a large number of 10th rank summit evolvers. The previous Nalan, as well as season grade at 10th rank individuals like the Black Star Lord and Lustrous Star Lord, were also stuck here. Even for Lin Yuan, who possessed against heaven's understanding, it would probably take several hundred years to cultivate the life and death samsara rule to the second realm. But now, just 50 years? That is to say, as long as Lin Yuan wishes, he could try breaking through to tier 11 after 50 years. What a major opportunity! Lin Yuan's mind was exhilarated. This formation of the fusion rules guiding path involving the levels of supreme beings had only been heard of by Lin Yuan so far, and he had never seen it. Within human civilization, there might be similar opportunities, but it would definitely require queuing. For instance, inside a black gate on the black planet, only one life could be admitted at any one time. For example, currently, an incarnation of Lin Yuan was comprehending the guiding path of the life and death samsara rule. Even if other 10th rank evolvers passed the test behind the gate, they would have to wait until Lin Yuan finished his comprehension before they could enter. Milky Way main star. A smile also appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Lucky I let my incarnation go in. Otherwise, if it was an avatar, it might have been trapped there for quite some time. Lin Yuan was in a good mood, even though having a complete guiding path. He knew that elevating the life and death samsara rule to the fourth realm would also take quite some time. If the Taiyin primordial spirit had entered that door, Lin Yuan estimated that he would be unable to use that divine spirit's combat power for a long time. After all, during the period of comprehending the fusion rules guiding path, once you leave you can't continue to go in, which was a price Lin Yuan found hard to accept. Now, the incarnation is there perceiving the life and death samsara rule. Both major divine spirits can still be used, which is the best outcome. Lin Yuan thought for a while, then took out the mysterious gourd, inverted its mouth, and condensed a drop of purple liquid. Since stepping into the 10th rank, having endured a massive chaos void origin infusion, Lin Yuan's flesh, inner world, and soul had all surged several levels. This led to a rapid increase in the absorption of the purple liquid inside the mysterious gourd. It was estimated that it wouldn't take long before he could completely absorb the purple liquid, and by then, the direct size of Lin Yuan's inner world would reach an unprecedented 2.33 billion square miles. Has the Taiyang divine spirit already reached beneath that eternal spatial rift? Just as Lin Yuan was absorbing the purple liquid, his thoughts suddenly stirred, and his gaze turned toward that large alien battlefield. Battlefield A098. Near the central northern region, a 1,000-mile-wide eternal spatial rift stretched across. Just then, a figure appeared silently. Eternal spatial rift? Lin Yuan looked up at the 1,000-mile-wide fissure in the heavens above. The gray, misty airflow occasionally floated in, emitting fluctuations that made Lin Yuan's spirit tremble. The biggest difference between the eternal spatial rifts on the small-sized otherworldly battlefield and those on the medium-sized otherworldly battlefield is that the ones on a large alien battlefield, due to the excessively large torn area, were already allowing some things from beyond the universe to squeeze in, such as the body of a supreme being that drifted in over 100 years ago. Over the long years, many things have drifted into the large battlefield through the eternal spatial rifts, though the vast majority are extremely dangerous. For example, as recorded in human civilization, during the dormant years, the insect race and Tianyu clan opened up a large battlefield with an eternal spatial rift that squeezed in a bizarre life form. This bizarre life form almost brought an irreversible disaster to the cosmic starry skies. Finally, over 10 supreme beings had to collaboratively banish this bizarre life form back outside the universe. There are many such examples, and basically 9 out of 10 things that drift in through the eternal spatial rift will cause disasters of varying degrees. In a large alien battlefield, I have to be even more cautious. Aside from facing those alien strong ones, I also need to be vigilant about the changes in the eternal spatial rift at all times. Lin Yuan's expression grew solemn. But then, a smile appeared on his face. Because upon arriving at this 1,000-mile-wide eternal spatial rift, Lin Yuan had already felt the speed of accumulating world-breaking origin force reaching nearly exaggerated levels. Chapter 698. The Transformation of the Mysterious Gourd. Without any enhancement, the door to the myriad realms operated on its own, accumulating world-breaking origin force at a pace of 1 strand every 333 days. The eternal spatial rift in alien battlefield B0001 increased the accumulation speed of world-breaking origin force to 1 strand every 150 days. And now, Lin Yuan clearly felt that the absorption speed of the world-breaking origin force had once again ascended a level. It reached an unprecedented 90 days per strand. In other words, every 90 days that passed in the main world, it could accumulate 1 strand of world-breaking origin force. In 1 year, it would accumulate 4 strands. In 10 years, 40 strands. In 100 years, 400 strands. With the world-breaking origin force I now possess, already exceeding 200 strands, wouldn't staying in this large alien battlefield for a while enable me to easily surpass 1,000 strands? Lin Yuan's spirit was elated. The world-breaking origin force was linked to the operation of the door to the myriad realms, the more the better. The 10th traversal. Wait until my strength hits a bottleneck, then undertake the 10th traversal. Lin Yuan's consciousness plunged deeper into his mind, gazing at that majestic and magnificent door to the myriad realms. At present, Lin Yuan had just entered Tier 10 and was comprehending the fusion rules pathways on the Black Star, his strength in its fastest period of growth. Traverse now? That would be somewhat wasteful. Where else to cultivate if not in cultivation? For Lin Yuan, traversing worlds was no different from being in the main world. Continue cultivating. Lin Yuan closed his eyes. The improved speed of world-breaking origin force accumulation only required Lin Yuan to stay underneath the eternal spatial rift. There was no need for mental engagement. Lin Yuan could completely turn to comprehend the secret techniques of the rules. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan was practicing enlightenment. Suddenly, Xia Qin's supreme being is looking for me? Lin Yuan split a sliver of will, connected to the virtual world, and entered the personal world of the supreme being. Supreme being. Lin Yuan bowed slightly. Xia Qin's supreme being had helped him numerous times, and showing respect to a 12th rank ultimate being was only natural. Lin Yuan. Xia Qin's supreme being looked at Lin Yuan with a smile and asked, "Have you passed the test of the Heritage Star and seen the Fusion Rules Pathway Guide?" Heritage Star? Lin Yuan instantly understood that the Heritage Star referred to by Xia Qin's supreme being was the Black Star. It didn't surprise Lin Yuan that Xia Qin's supreme being was aware of the Black Star's existence. As anything the 3 goddesses knew, Xia Qin's supreme being could also know. Lin Yuan had uploaded the information about the Black Star to the Goddess of Wisdom and thus had anticipated this day. "I have seen it." And I'm currently contemplating it, Lin Yuan replied truthfully, through the information about the black star provided by the goddess of wisdom. Lin Yuan could guess that human civilization also possessed a similar heritage star. How is it? And the Fusion Rules Pathway Guide, how far have you reached? Xia Qin Supreme being asked with slight curiosity. Fourth Realm, Lin Yuan stated directly. A Fourth Realm Pathway Guide? Xia Qin Supreme being looked surprised. He had thought it would only be a second or third realm pathway guide, which is why the goddess of wisdom ended up offering 500 million merit points. But a fourth realm? That meant the value of the black star exceeded 500 million by tenfold or even hundredfold. Your luck? It's unparalleled. Xia Qin Supreme being couldn't help but express his admiration, chancing upon a heritage star worth tens or even hundreds of billions of merit points just by traveling. Lin Yuan couldn't help nodding. Indeed, over the past more than 100 years, having undergone 9 traversals and opened up the Martial Path evolutionary path, the total merit points he had reaped were also in the hundreds of millions. Not even close to the real value of the black star. This was the chance encounter, the main reason most evolvers were keen on venturing out, because one critical opportunity could greatly enhance their foundation. Of course, no matter how great the opportunity, it needed to be built on one's own strength. If the discoverer of the black star wasn't Lin Yuan but an ordinary human citizen, they absolutely couldn't have a fair trade with human civilization. It was precisely because Lin Yuan, the strongest genius in human civilization's history, that he obtained the qualifications to negotiate. How do you plan to dispose of this heritage star? Xia Qin Supreme being asked. Please advise, Supreme Being, Lin Yuan said at once. My suggestion is, lease it out, Xia Qin Supreme being said with a smile. A Fourth Realm Fusion Rules Pathway Guide is enough to drive our human civilization's 10th rank evolvers mad. They would be willing to pay a huge price to come in and comprehend it, Xia Qin Supreme being explained. Regarding this suggestion, he had no ulterior motives, but rather was considering the maximization of Lin Yuan's interests from his perspective. Lin Yuan can only enter 12 doors on the Black Star at most, a maximum of 12 times. What about after those 12 times? The Black Star wouldn't be destroyed. Leaving it idle and leasing it out to create more benefit was the best choice. What does the Supreme Being think the rent should be? Lin Yuan wasn't opposed to leasing out the Black Star. Mainly whether the price was satisfactory to him. 1 billion, Xia Qin Supreme Being stated calmly. 1 billion. Lin Yuan blinked in surprise. 1 billion merit points for one opportunity to enter and comprehend. Xia Qin Supreme Being clarified. 1 billion merit points? Lin Yuan took a deep breath. He had been wondering what unit Xia Qin Supreme Being's 1 billion referred to, cosmic crystals or something else. The result was merit points? Merit points of human civilization, one of the most stable currencies in the cosmic starry skies, even above cosmic crystals, could purchase many restricted-level resources within human civilization. Merely for one chance to enter and comprehend, demanding a sky-high price of 1 billion merit points, Lin Yuan felt somewhat reluctant. 100 million merit points for one contemplation session isn't high, explained Xia Qin Supreme Being. You should know that the guide path within that heritage star reaches up to the 4th realm. Every evolver who enters to comprehend will elevate their fusion rules to the 4th realm before leaving. This takes up a considerable amount of time, and the final gain is a 4th realm fusion rule? Even within the tier 11 level, that wouldn't be considered weak. Yes. Lin Yuan nodded. Even so, the Dark Planet had a total of 12 black gates, theoretically capable of accommodating up to 12 evolvers at the same time. 100 million merit points per person, 12 people would make it 12 billion merit points. Such a colossal sum of merit points could easily elevate an ordinary citizen to the heights of a 9th-level citizen. And this is only the rent for the first round. Once this batch of contemplators leave, wouldn't the rent for the next batch come in? However, Supreme Being, I think I will wait until I step into tier 11 before I rent it out. Lin Yuan contemplated and then said. Although the rent was tempting, Lin Yuan likewise valued his own advancement. Other evolvers, even if they possessed this dark planet, would have limited energy and could at most contemplate one or two. But Lin Yuan, with his against heaven's understanding, could completely comprehend all 12 pillar-level fusion rules. And during this period, Lin Yuan would not let other evolvers come in to contemplate. Otherwise, if he wanted to comprehend the fusion rule guide path that others were contemplating, he would have to wait for them to finish. No problem, Xia Qin Supreme Being said nonchalantly. What of it? In the eyes of Xia Qin Supreme Being, with Lin Yuan's talent, stepping into Tier 11 wouldn't take too long. And suggesting Lin Yuan to rent out the Dark Planet would also enhance the overall strength of human civilization. With every additional fourth realm fusion rule evolver, the overall foundation of human civilization would be improved. And Lin Yuan would gain considerable benefits as well. It was a win-win situation. After leaving Xia Qin Supreme Being's personal space, Lin Yuan disconnected from the virtual world and sat in the Star-Lord's Great Hall on the Milky Way main star. 12 billion merit points? Lin Yuan's heart was joyous. As long as he comprehended all 12 fusion rule guide paths within the Dark Planet, he could then rent out the 12 contemplation opportunities of the Dark Planet. By then, he would have 12 billion merit points credited to his account. Even without opening the 10th stage Martial Tao chapter, he would be able to steadily rise to become a 9th-level citizen. However, having stepped into the 10th rank for so long, which rare treasure should I choose? Lin Yuan's thoughts shifted, and he became somewhat conflicted. The rare treasures here refer to the rewards obtained for passing the 5th floor of the 9 floors Dark Tower in the Demon Jade space. Early in his 9th rank, Lin Yuan had fully comprehended the rule of time, taking time to penetrate through the 5th floor of the Dark Tower. After all, passing the 5th floor at 9th rank, compared to doing so at 10th rank and Tier 11, was an entirely different concept. The Dark Tower's rewards also depended on the potential of the cultivator. If one could pass the 5th floor at 9th rank, what did that say about their potential? Therefore, the final reward list given by the stone statue Shinji had left Lin Yuan hesitant to decide until now. There were 5 rare treasures on the reward list. Lin Yuan could choose only one out of the 5. And these 5 rare treasures, according to the standards of the main universe, they were all 12-star rare treasures, corresponding to the treasures of the Supreme Being level. The eternal spring that Lin Yuan once immersed himself in was a 12-star rare treasure. It was for this reason that Lin Yuan had not yet decided. After all, the reward was there. Delaying the selection would not make much of a difference. Let's look again. After contemplating for a moment, Lin Yuan felt that it was better not to rush. He would wait until he had practiced for a while longer, determine his needs, and then make the most beneficial choice. Half a year later, inner world. Lin Yuan looked down. At this moment, the peripheral area of this inner world was expanding once again. The direct size of the inner world had reached 2.33 billion square miles. That was the limit size the inner world could achieve after fully absorbing the 7 types of liquids in the mysterious gourd. Yes, just now, Lin Yuan had completely absorbed that drop of purple liquid. I can feel it. My inner world has reached some kind of ultimate state, Lin Yuan silently thought. After a while, Lin Yuan's consciousness left the inner world, returning to the outside. And then he looked solemnly at the gray-purple gourd in front of him. Now that he had absorbed all 7 types of liquid, what would happen next with this mysterious gourd? With this thought, Lin Yuan held the gourd in his right hand. As Lin Yuan's physical body touched the gourd, this mysterious gourd seemed to detect the changes in Lin Yuan. A torrent of information burst forth from the gourd, exploding in Lin Yuan's mind. Chapter 699. Aurora from Beyond the Universe. The grayish-purple gourd vibrated. Streams of information flowed into Lin Yuan's mind. So, after absorbing the 7 liquids, there's a follow-up. Lin Yuan rubbed his temples. The information transmitted by the grayish-purple gourd was scant. To sum it up, it was essentially this. Following the 7th purple liquid, there was an 8th liquid. But to condense this 8th liquid, there were requirements for both the physical body and the spatial aspect within. The flesh had to reach the level of the 12th rank, while the inner space had to transform into the scope of an inner universe. Only a body and inner space of this caliber could support the amplification brought about by the 8th liquid. The 12th rank level? An inner universe? Lin Yuan was inwardly astonished. An existence that simultaneously met these two conditions was probably only a supreme being. Among the myriad informations of the profound yellow lineage, with the aid of numerous external secret techniques and specific fusion rules, there was a slim hope of elevating an 11th rank life's physical body to the threshold of the 12th rank. But an inner universe? It was only from striving for the ultimate leap, reaching the utmost sublimation, that there was hope to form it. Even for Lin Yuan, his current inner world was far from meeting the minimum criteria for an inner universe. Even with another infusion of chaos void origin, causing the foundation of the inner world to soar several tiers, it would still fall short compared to an inner universe. The inner universe of a supreme being was the source of their power, their reliance to step beyond the river of time, akin to a weakened version of the main universe. What is the origin of this gourd? Lin Yuan's expression was solemn as he observed the grayish-purple gourd floating before him. Although he didn't know what use the 8th liquid from the gourd had for the inner universe, comparing to the effects the first 7 liquids had on Lin Yuan's own inner world, it was easy to deduce that even a supreme being would undergo some kind of transformation because of it. And this was incredibly astonishing. How high was the level of a supreme being? Some treasures and rare items have significant advancing effects on 10th rank lives and 11th rank lives. But in front of a supreme being, they were commonly of little use. Let alone transformation. A treasure or rarity that could induce a transformation in a supreme being, at least Lin Yuan had never heard of such. I must secure the gourd well. Lin Yuan's thoughts converged. Originally, Lin Yuan thought that the mysterious gourd was only effective for lives below the 12th rank. Even so, its value far exceeded that of the eternal spring. But now, even a supreme being could undergo a transformation with it. The mysterious gourd's value was immeasurable. Put it away? Where to keep it? Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred slightly. He communicated with the Xianhuang's secret realm, placed the mysterious gourd into a space bracelet, and then sent it to the deepest part of the Xianhuang's secret realm. Although Lin Yuan's true body presided over the Milky Way main star, located within the territory of the human civilization, under the watchful eyes of supreme beings, it was not completely foolproof. For instance, if several supreme beings of different species were to join forces and come, it was possible that they could kill Lin Yuan and seize the mysterious gourd before the supreme beings of human civilization could respond. Of course, this possibility was slim. How could such beings ally to strike at a mere 10th rank life? And with the presence of the soul-settling pearl, the supreme beings of different species wouldn't be able to completely kill Lin Yuan. But the possibility remained. Lin Yuan had to be cautious. Placing the mysterious gourd into the Xianhuang secret realm, one could basically say it was completely secure. At least since the Xianhuang secret realm appeared, no supreme being had entered it yet. To put the mysterious gourd in the Xianhuang secret realm was much safer than having it on Lin Yuan himself. It would just be a bit more of a hassle to use it later. But Lin Yuan didn't mind. The Black Planet. The life and death samsara rule guided the space for the pathway. An incarnation of Lin Yuan sat here, continuously observing the merger and alternation of life and death. Almost every second, Lin Yuan gained new insights into the life and death samsara rule. His against heaven's understanding, along with the guided pathway, almost made his progress in cultivating this fusion rule soar. Sublime! 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 Who would have thought that life and death could combine in this way? Immersed in the process, Lin Yuan's mind was filled with flashes of spiritual light. For a normal 10th rank life to have any enlightenment on pillar-level fusion rules, it would take an unknown amount of effort and sacrifice. But for Lin Yuan now, it had virtually become a daily affair. Life, it's not simply about living. Death is not just the end. The more Lin Yuan meditated, the deeper his understanding of these two rules became, and the deeper his comprehension of the life and death samsara rule grew. The rules of life and death, if it were just one of them, would not be considered a very strong pillar rule. But when fused, the power of life and death samsara that burst forth suddenly made it one of the several fusion rules best known for its lethal force. Code A076 Alien Race Battlefield. Compared to the large alien battlefield where Lin Yuan was, this large alien battlefield was a bit more intense. It brought together the human civilization, the Tianyu clan, the prison tribe, the insect race, and other 4 peak clans. The entire battlefield was akin to a meat grinder, with 8th layer and 9th rank powerhouses dying daily. Even for a 10th rank powerhouse without reaching grade A, in the heat of a fierce battle it was easy to fall. Of course, the powerful individuals who dared to come to a large alien battlefield generally only sent avatars. However, the fall of an avatar still significantly affected the true body. Uplifting an avatar to be nearly as strong as the true body required nearly as many resources as the true body itself. A 10th rank powerhouse who lost an avatar would likely not recover for thousands or tens of thousands of years. Chapter 700. Whoosh. In the center of battlefield A076, deep within an eternal spatial rift thousands of miles long, a gray fog slowly dissipated. Deep within the eternal spatial rift, the gray fog was omnipresent. This was the chaos void, the birthplace of countless universes, the chaos void. And at a far distance outside this eternal spatial rift, an aurora-like radiance, scintillating with brilliant colors, shot through with incredible speed. Where the aurora passed, all the gray fog was evaporated completely. Just a few breaths had passed. The dazzling aurora had penetrated deep into the eternal spatial rift. Battlefield A076. Many strong entities were engaged in battle. Even powerhouses of Tier 10 Grade A and Tier 11 occasionally entered the fray, influencing the tilt of the scales in localized wars. At that moment, above the battlefield, within the eternal spatial rift, a dazzling aurora burst forth. Boom, boom, boom. The aurora tore through everything. Even the incredibly stable space of the large battlefield was as fragile as thin paper, and even the battlefield itself was exceedingly weak. Arg! What is this? On the battlefield, many 11th rank lives hadn't even reacted before they were reduced to dust by the aurora. In the blink of an eye, battlefield A076, spanning hundreds to thousands of light years in diameter, collapsed rapidly with countless lives, including 11th rank powerhouses, all perishing. Moreover, an invisible wave, following each dead life form, spread towards all directions of the universe. This aurora? Around the battlefield, towering figures appeared, their faces grave as they observed the shattered large alien battlefield and that still mighty, undiminished, brilliant-colored aurora. Stop it! More than 10 towering figures took action swiftly, power transcending time and space spreading unceasingly, and ultimately, they contained the aurora. This aurora carries the power of a causal curse killing. Every life that dies under the aurora has to bear the corresponding causal curse killing. Lives below the 10th rank should not be able to withstand it. Which ancient relics method is this again? The more than 10 towering figures were all supreme beings. They exchanged a few words and started to study the aurora. Over the long years, various variables often poured into the eternal spatial rift, like the body of a supreme being over 100 years ago, as well as the brilliant aurora that just appeared. Both entities clearly reached the 12th rank level, especially that aurora. After traversing an endless distance, the remaining might was still tremendously terrifying. What happened in alien race battlefield code A076 quickly spread to all the myriad clans of the cosmic starry sky. What? A large alien battlefield has disappeared? Lin Yuan blinked, looking at Nalan, the tower submaster. The size of each large alien battlefield was hundreds of light years in diameter, and even within the vast cosmic starry skies, they were considered colossal. How could it just vanish into thin air? It is said that it was shattered by an aurora from beyond the universe. Nalan, the tower submaster, said with an unusually shocked tone. Normally, large alien battlefields, personally refined by supreme beings, are difficult to destroy. Even in battles between supreme being, only parts of it would be shattered at most, as they tend to avoid damaging the battlefield as much as possible when clashing. An aurora from beyond the universe? Lin Yuan raised an eyebrow. Exactly, said Naylan, the tower submaster. An aurora from beyond the universe shattered the entire large alien battlefield. If not for the Supreme Being's intervention, that aurora's might could have caused widespread devastation. This incident was no secret. Now the entire myriad clans of the cosmic starry sky were abuzz with it. Terrifying. Lin Yuan fell silent for a while. He had long known that the dangers on the large alien battlefields were not limited to the different species. Outside the eternal spatial rift, the many perils of the chaos void also threatened all the strong entities on the battlefield. What has become of that aurora now? Lin Yuan couldn't help asking. Not sure, replied Naylan, the tower submaster, shaking her head. It's likely fallen into the hands of a supreme being. That aurora carries the power of causal curse killing. All lives below 9th rank and 8th rank that died under the aurora, along with their avatars, perished completely. Our human civilization has lost over 1 million 9th rank and 8th rank lives. Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today.